Hi, fourth grade. Today I'm going to do an experiment with you about mass and volume. And we're going to go through each step of the process. First, we're going to find our volume. Then we're going to find our mass. And then we're going to find our density using those two things. So let's get started. The materials that I need. 1, a measuring cup filled with water to measure our volume. A scale to measure mass, a piece of paper and pencil to do calculations, and then 2 objects of my choice. What are the 2 objects whose mass I am measuring? So the 2 objects that I chose were 1, an orange, and 2, a piece of pumice, which is a kind of igneous rock. And remember, igneous rock means that the stone or rock was made in a volcano. So how much water is in my measuring cup? Remember, this is important for measuring volume. So in my measuring cup, there are 5 deciliters. We'll need to remember that when we add the objects to our water and see the different level of water that we get. So what is the volume of my orange? We'll find volume first. So I've put my orange in to my 5 deciliters of water, and it's come out as 6.5 deciliters now. So remember, volume is the amount of space an object takes up. We measure this by seeing how much the water in the measuring cup rises when we put the orange in, or whatever other object we're measuring. So 6.5 deciliters, the amount of water we have with the orange, minus the original amount of water, 5 deciliters, equals 1.5 deciliters. So now we know the volume of the orange is 1.5 deciliters. What is the volume of my pumice stone? So the volume of the pumice stone, once we've added the pumice stone to our water, it becomes 7.5 deciliters. So 7.5 deciliters minus 5 deciliters, our original amount of water, equals 2.5 deciliters. So the volume of the pumice is 2.5 deciliters. That's the amount of space it takes up. So our first important question, which object, the orange or the pumice, has the highest volume? The volume of the orange is 1.5 deciliters, and the volume of the pumice is 2.5 deciliters. So the pumice has the highest volume because 2.5 is greater than 1.5. So now to find the mass. What is the mass of my orange? So remember, mass is a measurement of how much matter an object contains, how much stuff or material, whatever you want to call it. So when I put my orange on my scale, it told me I had 102 grams. That was how much mass my orange contains. What is the mass of my pumice stone? So the mass of my pumice stone is 487 grams. That's how much it contains. So our next important question is which object has the highest mass? The mass of my orange is 102 grams. The mass of my pumice stone is 487 grams. So again, the pumice has the higher mass. And so now that we have both volume and mass, we can calculate density. So to find the density of an object, we must divide its mass by its volume, because density is the amount of stuff an object contains, but per unit of area, okay? So the mass, how much stuff, by its volume, the unit of area. In our case, we will divide the number of grams, which is our measurement of mass, by the number of deciliters, which is our measurement of volume, space. And this is going to give us a density of grams per deciliter, or G per dL. So we can visually see this. This is the mass our scale, divided by volume equals density. Okay, so grams divided by deciliters. What is the density of my orange? The mass of the orange is 102 grams, divided by the volume of the orange, 1.5 deciliters, equals 68 grams per deciliter. So you can see this. So per 1 deciliter, there's 68 grams in that deciliter is what it's telling us. So the density of the orange is 68 grams per deciliter. What is the density of my pumice stone? The mass of the pumice, 487 grams, divided by the volume of the pumice, 2.5 deciliters, equals 195 grams per deciliter. So we can see this visually. 487 grams divided by 2.5 deciliters equals 195 grams per deciliter, which means that in 1 deciliter, there are 195 grams matter of the pumice stone. So the density of the pumice stone is 195 grams per deciliter. So our last important question, which object has the highest density? The density of the pumice stone is 195 grams per deciliter, and the density of the orange is 68 grams per deciliter. So that means that in each 1 deciliter, the amount of matter in the pumice stone is 195 grams, and the amount of matter in the orange is 68 grams. So that means the pumice has the highest density because it has more grams per deciliter than the orange, because 195 is greater than 68. Okay? So that's the end of our experiment. I hope you've really enjoyed it. I hope it has helped you visualize the difference between volume and mass and how we use both to find density. I hope you're all doing really well, and I will see you guys soon. Bye.